Think your extra virgin is just olives? Watch this bottle travel from a Spanish grove to an Italian label to your pantry and lose its soul at every stop. We'll follow the global shell game that lets blended, carryover, and even seed oil cut products pass as the real thing. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Stay to the end for a simple home test. The fresh green smell, the peppery bite, and the label cues that stop you from paying premium prices for industrial leftovers. Number 1, Bertolli. You see Bertolli and think Tuscan hills and stone mills, but your bottle often starts in a Spanish grove, then moves by tanker to a blending depot before a quick stop at an Italian bottling line. The label leans Italian. The oil's story doesn't. Here's the truth. Carryover oil, last season's stock, keeps volume steady. Multi-origin blends can still say imported from Italy when the only Italian step is bottling. That path leaves big blind spots. Which country grew the olives when they were crushed, and how long they sat in bulk storage. European seizures and US market tests have flagged blends and older oil sliding through lenient checks. Your fix is label literacy. Hunt a harvest date, a named estate or mill, and real seals like PDO, DOP, or COOC. Now any classic taste gets a closer look. Number 2, Filippo Berrio. You're told to choose a smooth, classic olive oil. Filippo Berrio leans into that word. Smooth sounds safe, but fresh extra virgin carries bite. Pepper, bitter, green. Here's the truth. Real freshness shows up as fresh-cut grass, tomato leaf, and a pepper cough in the back of your throat. Flat and buttery can signal age. Think waxy mouthfeel, stale nuts, even a crayon note. Signs the good stuff faded. The IOC flags defects by smell and taste, and quality hinges on low free fatty acidity. Under 0.8% passes, far lower signals care. Time, heat, and light strip polyphenols, the compounds that cause that tingle. Do a quick home check. Sniff, sip, swallow, count the cough. No tickle? Likely tired. Buy smaller dark bottles with a clear harvest date. If flavor can hide age, what about a brand that leans hard on extra virgin at scale? Number 3, Pompeian. You see Pompeian everywhere and hear quality on a budget. A national reach sounds safe, but scale bends standards. Here's the truth. To fill millions of bottles, commodity bulk oil moves by tanker, gets checked for basic chemistry, then is blended to hit a house taste. That's a target flavor, not peak freshness. When crops swing, sourcing shifts. The blend changes so your tongue doesn't notice, while the bite and green notes fade like soda gone flat. US enforcement is light compared to stricter groups like Australia's code or COOC-style seals, so brands lean on voluntary badges. Your move. Verify any third-party seal and batch tests on the brand's site. If claims aren't backed by data, assume baseline quality at best. Now, a family name with since 1938 swagger. Number 4, Colavita. You see Colavita and relax. Italian name, gold badge, old world vibes. That feels safe. Here's the truth. Product of Italy can mean packed in Italy while the oil comes from multiple countries. Labels that say EU origins tell you almost nothing. Real Trace says harvested and milled in region and names the place. When a blend pulls from Spain, Greece, and Tunisia, it can smooth out small flaws like a mixer covers a wrong note. But it also sands off freshness and that pepper bite you want. EU origin rules allow broad claims, but PDO and DOP seals demand proof from grove to mill. Your move. Pick bottles that list cultivar, region, and harvest year with a lookup lot code. If Europe blends to a brand taste, what about a bottle built for retail end caps? Number 5, Star Extra Virgin. You grab Star Extra Virgin in a jumbo bottle to save cash. It sits by the stove for months. That value turns into fade. Here's the truth. Oxygen, heat, and light eat the good parts day by day. A clear bottle under bright store lamps works like a slow leak. Fresh turns flat. Rancid shows up as putty, old peanut smell, and a waxy coat on your tongue. Transparent glass speeds oxidation. That's like leaving bread open on the counter. Stale wins every time. Fix the setup. Look for dark glass, a harvest date within the past year, and a nitrogen-flushed headspace. Store cool and dark. Buy small. Open, then finish in 6 to 8 weeks to keep the pepper and the benefits. Now for a premium-looking bottle that still plays the blend game. Number 6, Carapelli. You see Carapelli's textured glass, the cork look cap, The artisan script. It signals craft, but the look can outshine the liquid. Here's the truth. The oil inside can follow the bulk pipeline, multi-origin, blended to a target profile, not tied to one harvest. Terms like cold-pressed and first cold extraction sound premium, but they're common modern steps, not proof of freshness or a single estate. Extra virgin has a legal bar, low acidity and no sensory defects. That passes paperwork. Higher taste panels still flag tired, flat oils. Fresh oil should smell green and fruity, with a light pepper bite from polyphenols. Greasy or dull means fade. Ignore the bottle art. Aim for FFA at or below 0.8%. Better 0.3%. Peroxides in range, and a clear harvest date. Now, what happens when the label comes from a seed oil giant? Number 7, Mazola olive oil. You know Mazola for corn oil. Then you see their olive oil at a sweet price. That switch sounds simple. It isn't. Here's the truth. Shared tanker lines and blending hubs push one goal: cut cost while hitting a mild taste. That opens doors to classic fraud moves. Seed oil dilution or deodorized lampante dressed up by blending. A soft, buttery sip hides it for untrained palates, like turning down the volume on a bad song. Authorities have seized huge loads of fake olive oil and probed major players, and the US leaves wide gaps in enforcement. Labs catch cheats with fatty acid profiles and sterile fingerprints. Bottom line, buy lots with public test reports. No data, no deal. If it's cheaper than your coffee, assume shortcuts. Store brands are murkier. Number 8, Kroger Extra Virgin. You grab Kroger Extra Virgin to shave a few dollars. Same label every trip. Safe, right? Here's the truth. Private labels switch suppliers based on bids. The bottle looks steady, but the source can flip, and so can freshness. Contract packers bottle to spec. They blend bulk oil to hit a mild profile and basic chemistry, then ship. When sourcing shifts, quality swings. Without tight audits, you risk older stock, long storage, and a flat, waxy sip, like coffee left on the burner. Some retailers publish sourcing rules and third-party testing. Others stay opaque. That gap matters when fraud pressure exists across the market. Your move. Scan for country list, harvest date, and a real certification seal. No details? Walk. Next up, a grocer brand with the same dance. Softer words. Number 9, Safeway Signature Select. You flip Safeway Signature Select and see packed in. Sounds official. Here's the truth. That's a postal address, not where olives grew or were milled. It can hide a global blend that sat in bulk tanks longer than you'd expect. Watch the wording. Packed in names the bottler. Distributed by points to a company office. Product of multiple countries tells you it's mixed, not traceable. That language dodges origin, harvest timing, and storage history, like fogged glass on a dashboard. US rules leave space for this. Grading isn't mandatory, and oversight is slow, so labels lean on bottling country cues. PDO and DOP are different. They require documented grove-to-mill trace. Bottom line, demand single origin or a short country list plus a harvest year. No clarity? That's your red flag. Finally, the biggest budget lure on the shelf. Number 10, Great Value Extra Virgin. A rock-bottom price on a giant bottle of Great Value Extra Virgin feels like a win. You think you're saving. Here's the truth. Real EVOO costs money to do right. Olives have to be picked fast, milled within hours, and kept from air and heat. That means labor for hand or mechanical harvest, rapid milling, nitrogen in tanks to block oxygen, and cool shipping to protect the peppery bite. Cheap oil can't cover that chain, so corners show up in the glass. High phenolic oils lose punch with time and warmth. Ultra-cheap bottles trend flat, greasy, or bland, like coffee left all day on a hot plate. Your move. Choose small, dark, certified, and recent harvest over big and cheap. Pay for what's inside, not the volume. Now you win at home. You think a pretty label and a low price mean you scored. Here's the truth. That deal often hides a global blend that lost its bite and its benefits, Freshness, origin, and proof beat marketing every time. Next trip, hunt 3 things: a clear harvest date, the estate or mill name, and a real third-party seal. Store it right. Dark glass, away from heat, and finish the bottle within 6 to 8 weeks after opening to keep flavor and benefits intact. Subscribe now and I'll show you which bottles pass and which to leave on the shelf. Drop your taste test in the comments and name the peppery winner.